All right, let's do some case studies here on metabolism. The first one we're going to talk about is my beloved pet turtle. My pet turtle up here is Big Guy. You can see the little heart on his bandage. He was in an outdoor turtle tank, and it was Christmas, so he was hibernating. He wasn't profusing blood to his extremities. All of his blood was just taking care of his lungs and his heart and his brain, a little bit of his kidney and liver. He wasn't eating. He was mostly hibernating. And a raccoon somehow got into his enclosure and bit off part of his leg. And I took him to the vet, and the vet said, well, in spring, when he starts to come out of hibernation, we'll go in and we'll just clean up that skin a little bit and he'll be fine. And so that's what we did. And the day of his surgery, he had some medicine, and then the vet cleaned up his skin, and he was all bandaged up, and we brought him home. And it was a gorgeous day outside, a beautiful spring day, and I put him outside. His name was Big Guy, and I said, oh, Big Guy, why don't you sit in the sun and warm up and feel good? And he sat in the sun and he warmed up, and all of the drugs that the vet had given him, he started to metabolize. So when they're hibernating or when they're cold and all of their reactions are happening really slowly, they aren't really metabolizing what's in their body. And then as he warmed up and he started metabolizing all of the medications at the same time. And he actually died of an overdose from all of those medications, right, while he was sitting in the sun. It was really sad. And so that's my story of Big Guy and metabolism. And then we got 3 new turtles down here who are still with us today and still hibernate in the winter and wake up in the spring and eat about once a week. They have very slow metabolisms. And they're super easy pets, but they're great. Anyway, quick little case study. Next, we'll talk about hummingbirds. Hummingbirds, there we go. Hummingbirds have the highest metabolism of all vertebrates. Hummingbirds are really amazing. Some hummingbirds can flap their wings up to 200 beats in a minute. It is incredibly fast. And that amount of activity requires an enormous amount of ATP. Their metabolism is fueled by a diet of strictly nectar, so pretty much sugar water. Nectar is almost all sugar, and hummingbirds are highly adapted to quickly catabolize the different sugars into ATP to fuel their incredible metabolism. They can utilize this sugar while in flight, so they don't have to rely on stored body energy and can save the minimal amount of lipid stores for thermoregulation when they're resting. Hummingbirds also spend most of their day feeding to fuel this very expensive metabolism. Hummingbirds are obviously highly adapted for a high metabolism. They have very large breast muscles compared to birds their size. Their muscle cells have a lot of specialized mitochondria that can rapidly convert glucose to fructose and into ATP. Glucose and fructose into ATP. And they have well-adapted systems for quick delivery of oxygen to their muscles. Overall, hummingbirds are designed for very rapid wing movement. Our final case study will be sloths. I love sloths. I took this picture in Costa Rica. In contrast to hummingbirds with the highest metabolism, sloths have very slow metabolism. These animals live in warm climates and have a substantial amount of fur. They live in the canopy of trees and rarely come to the ground. Additionally, they feed mostly on leaves in the canopy and move very slowly. Sloths spend so much of their day at rest, and this helps conserve their metabolism, but they are also slightly heterothermic. They can lower their metabolism when ambient temperatures drop to save on the metabolic cost of warming their bodies. Their body temperature can range anywhere from 72 to 92 degrees, which is crazy for a mammal because most mammals are around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So to have this large of a range is very rare for an endothermic mammal. Sloths will also adjust how much they eat depending on their body temperature. Since they can lower their metabolism when temperatures drop, they will also decrease their food intake. These animals are highly attuned to their environment. This is a video of a sloth climbing a tree, and this is taken in real time. I took this in Costa Rica, and you can see just how slow they move. You can see how slowly their arms move up the tree, his head moves. Really slow movement, which is interesting because they don't need to be that slow. To live in the tropics and have that much fur, they really could have a much higher metabolic rate, even on a diet of leaves. A lot of animals are herbivores and have a much higher metabolic rate than these guys do. I'm not sure why they're that slow.